Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson,
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
and we're here for another edition of the Kinzels Classroom. Professor, take it away.
All right, boys, saddle up. Class is in session yet again. Welcome to another edition of the Kinzel's Classroom here on the Stock Car Spectacle. For those of you who haven't watched before, it's your first time tuning in. Welcome, and we're just gonna go over here how this works. So I am the professor. I have 5 drivers selected from this past weekend of racing at the Kansas Speedway, and so I got 5 of them selected. I'm gonna kind of review their days, and I'm gonna turn it over to my students here, and they're going to give some grades. I'm going to see if I agree or disagree with them. And we're going to see who's joining the Kinzel's Classroom Breakfast Club this weekend. So, first driver on the list, we're going to start off real strong here. The 41 of Cole Custer. Started the race 24th. Cole Custer wound up with a top 10 finish. His 4th top 10 finish of the season. Good run for the rookie here. He got his first win at Kentucky. He's backing up that win with another solid finish right there. He's really turned it on as of late. Good to see. Ian Jortson, what you got?
Cole Custer finishing 7th. I would give that team a B plus, just with all the struggles that they've had this season. They do have the win at Kentucky. You can say that's luck or not, but he got that win anyway. But besides that, he's been struggling all season. So good to see that 41 team get P7. So yeah, I'd definitely give them a B plus for their effort.
All right, I would have to agree with you. Good for Cole Custer right there. All right, second driver on my list. We're gonna go with the 18 of Kyle Busch here. Kyle Busch might have finished 11th in this race, but let's remember here, Kyle Busch checked off an important feat for the 2020 season here. He finally won a stage. Hey, we were talking about it in the review show. We thought it was never going to happen. He finally gets 1 playoff point. So the race wins still aren't there for the 18 car, but he had a solid night. P11, he's probably pissed off with that because we know how Kyle Busch gets. But Mike Gamble, how are you assessing the 18's night?
Okay, so I'm going to actually go with an A minus here. So when you're a teacher, one of the things that sometimes you'll use to grade is where somebody started to where they progressed to. And I think in a situation like this, you look at Kyle Busch, the way his race season has gone so far, it's been pretty bad almost all year long. To come out and get a stage win, run in the top 10 most of the day, and then just miss a top 10. Based on the way the season's kind of gone from so far, if you look at that alone, that's almost got to be an A minus-ish kind of day for him. The stage win alone is pretty huge. We've talked before about how big stage points and playoff points can be. He basically rode that regular season championship and playoff points all the way through to the finals last year. So good for Kyle to finally start getting those for his season. Hopefully, for his sake, he can get a couple more of those stage wins so he can kind of get a little bit of a cushion going into the playoffs.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. I would give him a B plus because I know how Kyle Busch gets, and he's probably gonna be pissed off that he couldn't pull out a top 10 finish there. But still, he got an important monkey off his back there, and that was winning the stage. So the third driver on my list, guys, I'm gonna go with the 96 of Daniel Suarez here, and here's why. We know Daniel Suarez's situation for the 2020 season. We've talked about he's with Gaunt Brothers Racing, not the best equipment right there for him. He started the race 37th. It seems like he starts 37th almost every single race. He had an impressive drive into the top 20. Yes, some big names kind of got taken out of this race, but that's a small team. That is I believe that ties Gaunt Brothers Racing best finish on a non-restricted plate racetrack. So Daniel Suarez in the 96 had a solid night. Ian, how are you faring here?
You know what? I would give. So I'm gonna do separate grades. I'm gonna give Gaunt Brothers Racing an A minus, just because that team suffers so much, and I'll give Daniel Suarez a B plus. I'm gonna have them right around the same area. You know, Daniel Suarez, he's been in the top equipment. We didn't really see him do much with it. And then in the 96, he pulls out a P18. So yeah, I would give him a B plus and Gaunt Brothers Racing an A minus, because that's a great finish for that team right there.
Absolutely. All right, so I'd have to agree with you there. And now we're going to get into some trouble drivers here, some guys who might be joining the club, the infamous Kinzel's Classroom Breakfast Club here. I'm going to have to go with the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Another rough weekend at the racetrack for this team. A P32 finish. Had issues in this race. It just seems like, because we talked about Jimmy Johnson's beginning of the season. It's looking like he's getting back into Jimmy Johnson form. And we saw that first Darlington race, but then he wrecked himself out of the race. And it's just kind of been slowly trending downhill. We featured him on Kinzel's Classroom a couple weekends ago, but he's still got to be in the danger zone a little bit. So I'm curious, Mike, what do you got? What do you got to say for Jimmy Johnson right there?
I think this weekend's got to be an F for him. Again, a P32 finish when he's flirting with the bubble of the playoffs does not help at all. We've talked about there were times where Jimmy Johnson, it was a when he wins, not if he wins. I can't say that I firmly believe that anymore.
Right.
He gets to the front and he runs well, but either he makes a mistake or something happens, and he just not only does not, like, then it turns into an 8th place finish, but then it's 36 4 laps down or something crazy like that. I think this has got to be an F performance, and I'm starting to get worried about Jimmy Johnson and his swan song season.
I'm absolutely worried about him. I give him an F, a big fat stinking F too, because he was in the playoffs going into this race, out of this race, and then coming out of this race, he's out. So Jimmy Johnson's got to rebound and try and get himself back in there. But these past few races, man, they always trouble for the 48 team. They're always a talk of conversation for all the wrong reasons. They got to pick it up here. All right, 4th driver on my list here. I have selected here the 13 car of Ty Dillon. Another strong run for Germain Racing here. He started the race 36. He was able to drive his way up to a top 15 finish. We all know Ty Dillon's situation with Germain Racing. Not the best equipment out there. He's got a couple top 15, couple top 20s on the season. Nice run for him, especially on an intermediate course. Ian, what you got?
I would give Ty Dillon a B minus for his effort. You know what? I'll give him a solid B because that 13 team struggles a lot, and we all know Ty will drive the hell out of anything that anyone will give him. So yeah, I would definitely give him a B. Great performance on Thursday with that 13 team.
Absolutely. I'd have to agree there. So the driver of controversy this week is the 24 car of William Byron that I have selected out here. Well, we saw William Byron up there leading, and then he comes away with a 10th place finish. He started this race 15. He led some laps in this race, and now it's debate time. How do we fare William Byron's weekend here? Mike started off.
It's a weird one because there were a lot of points in the race you thought it finally might be victory lane for Slick Bill Byron, and it just wasn't meant to be. I'm going to go ahead and give him a B. You know, it's not like he rebounded and finished in the 30s or something like that. He still salvaged a decent enough day out of it. He led some laps. There was a lot for the first time in a little while here. There was a lot to like about the 24 team and what William Byron and Chad Knaus are doing over there.
So Chad Knaus was not on the pit.
That's true. I forgot about that.
He's on baby watch.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Good call. But still, though, either way, you know, good to see that team finally running well and, you know, doing some things. And yeah, hopefully that's something he can start doing with some regularity for Hendrick Motorsports and potentially, you know, get that first win this year.
Absolutely. Ian, what you got to say about him?
You know what? Like, I got to agree with you right there. I mean, he did not have Chad Knaus on Thursday. He did lead some laps, but he ended up finishing 10th. I would definitely give him somewhere B minus B range. Yeah, he was looking hot and kind of fell off the 10th, but still great performance without the 7-time crew chief with him.
Yeah, but I will say this, though, just not to cut you off, Professor, but I still have that feeling with William Byron every time where he gets to the lead and it's not like, oh, how's he going to close? Is he finally going to do it? It's like, how is he going to screw this one up? How is it going to happen this time?
Well, here's my thing. I think he got that lead. Of course, we're at another racetrack where clean air means everything. The 24 car was able to take off very strong, and clean air got him to the lead. But yeah, I agree with you there, Mike. I still give him a solid B, especially with having Keith Rodden on the box. But yeah, definitely good for the 24 team, but we just keep wondering, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And yeah, it's in those situations where it's like, how's he gonna cough this one up? And yeah, the track finally caught up to him, and Alex Bowman passed him. And then once he got past for the lead, he just started
Just a rock, yeah.
He lost the clean air, but good for Byron. He definitely needed that because he has had horrible luck these past few races. So a solid running there for him. He's got to keep it going there because he is now on the playoff bubble coming out of that race. So
right,
solid for him.
And he does need to get going, guys. Still to this point in the 2020 season, 0 top fives for the 24 team. Hendrick Motorsports, what has been probably one of their marquee cars with 0 top fives, is ridiculous. I'm not going to sit here and blame everything on William Byron. Right. We know the way this season's been. We know some things have really gone against him here, but it is a concern.
It's definitely a concern. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree because look at the season William Byron had up to this point last season. He looked like he was in contention for race wins. He was getting the top fives. And now here we are in 2020. Yeah, given the circumstances, but you still got to go out and perform and do your job. So going to have to start seeing a little bit better out of him there. So that is why I picked William Byron as my controversy driver this week. I think we kind of nailed it right there. So only one driver is going to the Kinzels Classroom Breakfast Club this week.
All seven time.
Come on down, buddy. I think you are a returning guest to the Kinzels Classroom Breakfast Club. So welcome back, bud. Other than that, boys, class dismissed.
All right. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
And guys, make sure to check out our good buddy Patrick Cotto with the Cotto's Mojo podcast. He just had Randy the plumber on there. If you guys don't know him, check him out on Twitter. He is just a crazy man. He is absolutely wild when he does his reactions to NASCAR videos, and he's a fun time to watch. And make sure to check out our friends Ashland Heddens Racing. They're going to be racing at Grundy County Speedway on Friday night. Hopefully Ashland will get a dub for us. And so that will do it for us, guys. Thanks for watching.